The unexpected deployment of forces beyond Isolde's plan has put... We can't risk the Exalted core members escaping right under our noses. We have to strike quickly and hit their key bases.
Based on the intelligence we have, the target's stronghold...
I'm not usually one to...
You really know your way around intelligence and information warfare, Proxy. But I understand your concern.
Captain Magus, you sure have...
That's because Captain Magus and Commander Isolde were comrades in arms. They fought side by side years ago.
Technically, fighting side by side isn't it? But yes, Isolde and I go way back. She's a comrade, a senior, and in fact, Obel Squad itself wouldn't exist without Isolde's support and guidance. If I can't trust Isolde, then there might not be anyone left in Obsidian Division I can trust.
I understand. So please believe me.
The Defense Force people are here.
Yeah. Who goes there? Petty thugs blocking the way to the Creator.
The Creator will not forgive them. Our sacrifice will pave the way for our Master's return. Unleashing artillery barrage. Firepower on maximum.
I'll take point. Adjusting for wind.
Trigger!
You're in my sight.
Am I keeping up, Captain?
You're in my sight. Head on.
The Exaltists are fleeing in all directions!
Second-rate troop sure are surprisingly good at messing things up. Who would ever call this an ambush? We've already failed half of the mission's objective.
Oh? Elite targets have appeared.
squad's been waiting for.
Enemy target detected from blind spots.
Adjusting for wind. The melody of combat. Fire support ready. The target's exposed.
Follow up! Build on me and Seed Senior!
Everything is moving along smoothly, Mr. Lucro.
We'll be counting on you again this time.
Major General Lorenz.
You're the squad Isolde spoke so highly of. This is quite a surprise. You arrived even faster than I expected.
Given that you're leading this entire operation, I'd expect you to be at the command post.
You must be Mr. Lucro. We met briefly at the reception banquet for the Porcelumex.
A reception banquet.
This, gun certainly has a blunt matter of speech. We are acquainted from the banquet, aren't we?
Not so, Mr. Lucro. This gentleman is the mayor's envoy.
I'm just doing my duty. Please. The title of envoy.
So you're a distinguished guest from city administration. My apologies. Please excuse the poor welcome.
So, what brings you here, Major General? Mr. Lucro?
My troops and I have our... You're a veteran, Captain Magus. Mind your after all. Besides your sharp tongue, there's not much else you have.
Major General, shouldn't we be going?
You're right, Mr. Luke.
Aside from that clerk I met at the Special Military Affairs desk, these are honestly the... sorry, Captain Magus. It was wrong of me to speak to...
I'll let it slide this time, Orphe. If I weren't afraid of getting you all tried at a military trial...
This place is not only a key Exaltus stronghold, but also one of their major research facilities. Porcelumex's other executive had previously worked with the Exaltists, and now under Lucro's lead, Porcelumex...
You're making my head spin. Isn't it just those two...
Goodness.
Orphe is still caught up in that naive teenage mindset of seeing the world in just good and bad.
Goodness, Orphe. You really are a fool. But I can't say you're wrong this time. They chose to meet in the Hollow, likely to stay under the radar. Everyone, we keep pursuing...
Yes, Captain Magus.
Ah.
Everyone! The Exaltis! The threat that plagued once again! We've brought Give it up for yourselves, soldiers! And let's hear it!
I hate to be that guy, but
That commander sure seems
A typical
You're right to be concerned, Proxy. There are still Exaltist stragglers roaming inside and outside.
as far as I know, the key Exaltis leaders are still. Even though Mevarok was severely injured by Yishan Shifu, and the Exaltis suffered heavy losses, there's still no sign of them backing down. Miasma activity is still spreading. Key people like Sarah still.
Yishuan,
How come I don't see Colonel Isolde anywhere? As the opera.
Actually, I've already heard about Lucro. Besides relocating Porcelumek, the dust hasn't even settled. Yet they're already I have no place in Tops any longer. And the...
Even though you played a major.
Exactly. Honestly, I was already A stray like me is used to bowing, and...
Unfortunately. But if
It's alright.
Hiya! I'm the savior he was talking about. It's funny, most company employees usually see me as a disaster. Who would have thought I'd ever be called a...
Allow me to introduce you. This is Miss Zhao from Tops, affiliated with the
Nice to meet you, Miss Zhao. The Krampus
That's alright. Most people haven't heard of it. Krampus isn't actually a company. Our role is to inspect, decide on, and enforce regulations. Brutal competition is an inherent flaw of the market system. However, the condition is that all actions by the company and its management must comply with the code. The business game doesn't always let us play by the rules. That's the Round Table's mercy. But when those rule breakers go too far, this time, Porcelumix has clearly stepped out of line.
I think I get why the corporations might see members of Krampus as a disaster.
Soldier Orphe. You two again? Now you have the proxy as an...
It's not what it looks like, or...
Captain Magus is asleep. Don't wake her up. We should let her rest.
Is it time for the captain's self-diagnostics?
Is Orphe more worried about waking the cat?
Excuse me. Second, the field manual...
Oh. Then what?
I'm sure Orphe has her...
Anyway, if Orphe doesn't want us to tell the captain...
I'm just a gunner. A soldier, here to support Captain Magus. Orphe, you're being too hard on yourself again. You're special. You're one of a kind. That's how they would comfort me. If Captain Magus and the others were here. But no. I know that I'm not someone special. From the moment I was born, being a gunner has been my sole purpose and mission. In the disaster 11 years ago, New Eridu lost so much. It lost so many of its soldiers. The Defense Force's last remaining gemstone, Obsidian Division, also suffered heavy losses. At the time, the military had launched various research projects. Enhanced soldiers, cybernetic soldiers even. Cloned soldiers. It sounds brutal, doesn't it? But if it weren't for these cruel projects, Obsidian Division might never have lasted this long. I was also born at that time, cloned from a legendary soldier, and designed to aid that legendary soldier as an assistant. That legendary soldier's military code name was Magus. The soldier's original body has long been destroyed. All that remains now is a backup of her consciousness, or what you could call her soul, stored within the weapon. Even in death, she's still wielded as a weapon by the Defense Force. Though Captain Magus always says it's what she wanted, is it really a blessing? Or a curse? All things considered, I'm quite lucky. Selfish, even. I stole her body, her name. You could even say I stole her life. But Captain Magus has never cared about that. She'd just say to me, Orphe, my life was far too boring. You should live your own life. I know the looks in my comrades' eyes often carry sympathy or pity, mockery, or even disgust. Still, I can't help but feel that I'm lucky. I met Captain Magus, I met Obel Squad, and even crossed paths with someone as strong and interesting as you, Proxy. I know there's nothing special about the way I was born, but you all keep telling me, Orphe, you're being too hard on yourself again. You're special, you're one of a kind. Yet, the cold glass tanks, the tasteless nutrient fluids, those eyes filled with sympathy, pity, mockery, or disgust, they all proved one thing. I'm nothing special. They all told me I'm just a pathetic, tragic person, but you all keep telling me over and over again, you're one of a kind, Orphe. I can leave those glass tanks in the past. I just don't want to let your expectations down. Rather than those cold, lifeless glass tanks, I want the warmth of Captain Magus. I'd rather have my noisy Obel Squad and you, the cool Proxy. Our pasts, whether it's mine or Captain Magus's, are not what define us. Although Captain Magus often jokingly calls you the villain, that's all just talk. Our pasts are not what define us. Instead, it's up to us to determine our destination. As a Proxy, you'll lead us to the right place. I believe in you, Proxy.
Huh?
Hand over the Proxy!
I was wondering who would break into Swabian Temple in the middle of the night. Please be aware that although Phylum Heights is under military control, soldiers have no right, and my temple isn't exactly a place where anyone can just—
What's all this rambling?
I think what this lady means, Captain, is that you barged into someone's home in the middle of the night and caused a big ruckus. And now she's ready to give you a beat.
Seed Senior said that if this lady...
Even with all the Obsidian troops of Wi-Fi Peninsula's support, you probably still—
High Preceptor Ishwa.
under your protection. You mean the mayor's envoy whose freedom is now being
The temporary restriction on the proxy's movement is...
No matter how you look at it, my disciple is safest under my protection.
Listen, you two. There's something more urgent to deal with than my safety.
Proxy. Oh, so the proxy what?
Apologies. This is my mistake. I thought it was the city authorities who took the proxy away, trying to...
I've never cared about military secrets, only about the safety of my disciples and the well-being of New Eridu.
Well then, Proxy. You mean you're absolutely certain that the Exalt...
I can't say I'm completely certain, but as Guardians of New Eridu, shouldn't
Wise, I just received an alert from Barry.
According to real-time holo monitoring data, ether activity is rising across the entire warning. Ether activity across LEM warning. At the current rate of holo expansion, there is a 17.2% chance that Lemnian holo will breach.
What's that voice assistant rap?
Basically, she's saying that if left unchecked, the hub...
The Exaltists in charge of miasma research mentioned experiments on large based on the intelligence and mission results we've seen. The Exaltists control most of the miasma-rich areas in Lemnian Hollow. The current rise in ether activity throughout the hall.
If your theory is true, then this currently undiscovered Exaltus base will likely become the central hub for their final
Exactly. But if we can take out their hidden base, the sacrifice ritual won't happen.
How do you manage to sigh with a mechanical throat like that?
Although I tried to ignore some of the seemingly fabricated technical terms. So essentially, we head in, confirm whether any Exaltist rats are still stirring up.
Wow, Captain Magus.
And let's move out. Obel Squad will personally eliminate.
But Captain Magus, weren't you just saying an...
Disobeying orders?
Captain Magus, your enthusiasm is truly moving. But you could have just...
It's our duty as the... Besides, the Obscura still haven't been fully examined. If a
I understand. My disciples and I will...
In that case, the...
Deploying all of Obel's. Let's regroup and launch all members of the Obel's. Tomorrow's probably going to be a long...